Every day, millions of people use hair dryers to style their hair. But have you ever wondered who invented this essential beauty tool? The story of the hair dryer is a fascinating journey of innovation, convenience, and technology. Let's dive into it. Before hair dryers existed, people had to rely on natural air drying or more creative methods. In the late 19th century, women would use towels, fireplaces, or even vacuum cleaners to dry their hair. Yes, vacuum cleaners. It wasn't until the late 1800s that the first real attempt at a mechanical hair dryer was made. Around 1890, a French hairstylist named Alexandre-Ferdinand Godefroy created what is considered the first hair dryer. His invention was a large stationary device connected to a gas stove. It worked by blowing hot air onto the hair, but it was bulky and not exactly user-friendly. It was mostly used in salons rather than in homes. The early 20th century saw the first attempts at making hair dryers portable. In the 1920s, companies like Racine Universal Motor Company and Hamilton Beach started producing handheld models. These were inspired by vacuum cleaner technology, but modified to blow air instead of sucking it in. However, these early hair dryers had some serious flaws. They were heavy, often weighing over 2 pounds, about 1 kilogram, and their power was limited to around 100 watts, much weaker than modern dryers. Plus, overheating was a common issue, making them somewhat dangerous. Another problem was the design. The first handheld models were bulky and difficult to maneuver, making them uncomfortable to use for extended periods. Additionally, they lacked proper airflow control, meaning users had little ability to adjust the temperature or speed. Despite these challenges, the convenience of having a personal hair dryer sparked growing interest. Throughout the 1930s and 1940s, manufacturers continued experimenting with different materials and designs, slowly making improvements. By the 1940s, small refinements like lighter casings and slightly more powerful motors made hair dryers more practical, but they were still far from perfect. It wasn't until the post-war era that the real revolution began. As technology improved, so did hair dryers. By the 1950s and 1960s, manufacturers started using lighter materials and more powerful motors, increasing efficiency. The wattage of hair dryers also increased, making the drying process faster. In the 1960s, safety regulations were introduced to prevent overheating and electrical hazards. This made hair dryers much safer for home use. New insulation materials and improved circuit designs significantly reduced the risk of electrical malfunctions. One of the biggest innovations came in the 1970s and 1980s with the introduction of ionic and ceramic technology. These advancements helped reduce heat damage and improved hair drying efficiency. Ionic hair dryers emitted negatively charged ions, breaking down water molecules faster and preventing frizz. Ceramic heating elements provided a more even distribution of heat, reducing the chances of overheating or burning hair. During this period, hair dryers also became lighter and more ergonomic, making them easier to handle for both professionals and home users. The introduction of multiple heat and speed settings gave users more control over the drying process, leading to better styling results. By the late 1980s, hair dryers had become an essential tool in homes and salons worldwide, paving the way for even more sophisticated designs in the years to come. Today, hair dryers are lighter, more powerful, and safer than ever before. Companies like Dyson have revolutionized the market with high-tech, ergonomic designs that dry hair faster while minimizing heat damage. From heavy, slow, and dangerous machines to sleek, efficient beauty tools, the evolution of the hairdryer is a perfect example of how technology makes our lives easier. And who knows? The future may bring even more revolutionary designs. So, the next time you dry your hair, take a moment to appreciate the history behind this everyday device. What was once a luxury in high-end salons is now an essential tool in every home. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about the history of everyday inventions.